always, things are chaotic. Maddie had to go do some shit and fucking. But our next guest made it all the way from Spain or Italy. Italy. So I guess Spain, right?
Italy, Italy.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself, my friend, and let us know your band name and where we find your music.
Okay, I am Pietro Paolo from Even Flow, guitar. I am a guitarist from Even Flow and from Sardinia, Italy. Sardinia close island close to Italy, and
Hmm.
my band Even Flow plays progressive power metal, and I founded my band with my brother Giorgio, that is the drummer of the band, and I am happy that today I am here in your broadcast show, and
An
so
honor, bud.
I am very happy, and the band has been founded in 19th, and so now I am here with you, and we are talking about of even flow.
Yeah. So, right away, Matt and I got talking about drummers being the backbone of like just the band in general. I know, anyone, everybody plays guitar. Everybody and
Yeah,
their brother can sing. Even I say I can sing, even though I suck. you know,
yeah,
and but that drummer, that beat, that rock is not distorted. It's the raw sound of the drum all the time. Being brothers, that's even more of a connection for you guys, eh? Like,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. With my brother, we have a good connection, amazing relation, and in our daily life, we share everything because in
mhm.
daily life we are a doctor, dentistry, and yeah, we are doctor and share daily life for work and also for music, and we have a good relation. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Well, Andrew Joseph and Nick Nombre are two brothers that I will now start. I'm going into the studio with them at the end of October, early November, right? So
Yeah.
to hear their music and how they do their stuff and see that connection, it's like, how do I not work with these people? you know,
Oh
like,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
you guys bounce off. Obviously, you grew up and stuff. So with music and shit, were you guys
Yes.
like, did you go to music school? Were you guys trained together in music or
Oh yes,
did?
yes. We studied in conservatory
Mhm.
in Sassari, School of Music, Classical School of Music. Plus, we have taken private lessons from
Yeah.
electric guitar plus drum. And yes, absolutely. We have studied so much in these
Yeah.
years, in the last 20 years.
right.
The last 20 years, yes.
No, I haven't had a chance. Work's been crazy here for us. We're finally getting to the end of our season being a roofer and stuff, right? So tomorrow I'm gonna download your shit while I'm sleeping and listen to it. So give us a little bit of an idea, because normally I get time, but today, the last couple of weeks been crazy. Your style of music, how you guys flow. Like, are you heavy, heavy? Are you light? Are you like?
Yeah,
Let us
this is
know what kind of listening you are. So I'm prepared for tomorrow.
absolutely. Yeah. You know that the music of Even Flow is a progressive power metal
Yes, I'm so happy with my friend.
Yeah, progressive power metal plus many influences, Arabian, a little bit Arabian influences, or thrash music a little bit, or there are many influences
Yeah.
together.
So
And when yeah,
let's dive into that. Being from Italy and stuff, your influences, because over here it was like Motorhead, Pantera, Sabbath was an early
yeah.
influence for me, right? So, what is it the same for you guys, or?
Uh, for me, yes. There are these influences inside the music of even flow. Probably example are 10%, 10%, 5 or 10%, but there are inside of music of
Yeah.
even flow.
So
Plus another band.
let's
Plus
dive
another band.
into the music you listened to as a kid growing up, your biggest influences. This
Ah,
always fascinates me across the world, whether it's a local band or bands we haven't. Let's hear it, man. Let it out.
yeah, absolutely. Example, we grow up with Dream Theater or
Oh,
Fate's Warning, example,
yeah.
or Quincy Rage of Geoff
Wow.
Tate. Yeah, for us are the best music in the world.
Mm.
Or Angra, example, Angra Stratovarius, or another amazing band. Yeah, Savatage.
Yeah. I see. I
Yeah,
found those later in life. You know what I mean? Like being an early influence on you and becoming an influence on me later in life. You're right. That's kind of cool. You know,
yeah,
like
um,
music gets around, man. Like eventually, right?
yeah, and
So being over there, what's the radio like? Are you guys on the radio and shit, or is it all the underground scene like it is here with 90% of the bands I deal with? It's underground, it's word of mouth. Like the old school days, you gave tapes and CDs out at concerts. Here, listen to me, buy my T-shirt in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah, and depends because you know that there are different situation is
mm,
or because sometimes the people thinks one one point, and sometimes the people thinks another view, as another view, another point of
mm,
view.
yeah.
Depends is
Right.
there is not a right choice, a right
Answer in that sense. No, I
and
got it.
yes, yes,
I will
depends.
say over here, our radio sucks. Independent music is not sponsored and played enough. Now, my buddy Joey Bricks over at 97.7 has his Beyond Metal I think
Yeah,
it's Sunday nights, and he's allowed to kind of play the underground stuff, but we got an hour a week on one radio station as far as our
yeah,
band or our music. Like even
yeah,
when
but
I see Machine Head live, and they were like, "We've never had radio play. We love you
yeah, but
guys," and it was a sold out show. You know what I mean? It was all word of mouth. You know?
yeah, you know that is different the period. Example from 20 years ago than now, because example 20 years ago, you know that the radio was the best way for the music, for the underground band, for the new discovered the new music.
Mm,
Okay,
yeah.
now you know that there is a Spotify platform, and the people of the world listen only Spotify, there is not the passion for the listen the new music from the radio.
Yeah.
Is
So
are different periods of our life, because
it's not
now the life
really,
is very fast, is very.
I guess
Yes.
it's not a question, but more of a statement. I being an older guy, I understand. Grew up on tapes, and then it was CDs, and
Yeah,
then all
tapes. Yeah, tapes. Yeah,
Spotify, YouTube. You could make your own
yeah,
videos, you can put them out and shit. So the world has changed, and like you
yes,
said, it's so fast paced. If you stop for one or trip, boom, it's over. You really got to pick up some extra time. So as a band, especially being from Italy, I'm fucking in Ontario, and to hear about you guys and to finally find your music, how do you pierce through that white noise that is the internet and make a dent and have people hear you? How what makes how do you do that? You know, everybody wants to know that, right? Like,
but you know that is difficult now.
mm,
It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy because outside there are many bands.
mm,
There are many bands because 20 years ago, example, there was 1 million bands. Now there are probably 10 million bands, and
yeah,
it's difficult to share the music. Seems easy, but it's not easy.
it's a click away, but that click
Yeah,
didn't really do
exactly. Yes,
anything, right?
right word. Quickly way, Spotify, YouTube, and
Mhm.
many platforms, socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitch. Then
Yeah,
20,
you can
yes,
find us over there on MySpace and fans only doing our fucking thing for $7.99 a month.
MySpace or MySpace, yes, or MySpace, and is very complicated because okay, the world is very fast. We have many platforms, but we are 10 millions band in the
Yeah,
world than 20 years ago, and
yeah. Like
seems easy, but
instead
it's not easy.
of instead of like managers and producers throwing nowadays, I've noticed it's really different. It's not drugs,
Uh,
sex, and rock and roll anymore, right? It's business, you know. So
yes,
they try to throw numbers at you now instead of piles of cocaine and alcohol. You know,
uh,
oh, we'll get you 10 million listeners, we'll get you 50
uh,
million listeners. And so, like, where is the best spot for our viewers to find your music and to support the band in general? Like, because Spotify, we all know, pays pennies a song or a stream,
yes.
right? Is it Bandcamp? Is it? Do you guys have a different system in Italy? Like, how do we support you the most? Where do we buy your merch? Right? Is it a website? You tell us.
Yes, yes, absolutely. In this moment, we don't have a band camp, but
Mhm.
probably in the next future, in the next month, we will create a band camp because I have many friends that has a band camp and work works very well in United States. Example,
Yeah.
Canada, in South,
I was going
more or less in
to say,
South of America, or
everybody I
UK.
talk to in Canada, they always say, if you want to support us the most, Bandcamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that seems
yeah,
to be
yeah.
the best spot for the artist, or next best website. You buy their merch, you buy their CDs, you buy their T-shirts. You know, like
Yeah,
that's how
yeah,
you make it done, right?
absolutely. And yes, and obviously that in this moment we have our web store of Even Flow, plus
Mm,
another an e-commerce. Plus, we have another platform. Example, abbiamo this funnel called Linktree. Link that tree.
Yeah.
There is a funnel where you see everything, every link of Instagram, Spotify, web store, e-commerce, and everything of the world of Evenflow.
Yeah.
Obviously, that in the future we create the Bandcamp for Canada.
No,
For
no, I
Canada.
can't because I just heard as far as Canadian bands go, we have a lot out of Montreal for some reason. Montreal has just been pumping bands out for years now, right? Out in
Yeah.
BC. Toronto is crushing out some fucking really killer bands. Even Peterborough, the smaller towns with Cross Dogs. Fuck, huge shout out to them. Cross Dogs, sorry. I always say it wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
And otherwise, and also, and also now, example, many bands search the manager.
Yeah.
The manager, you know, but now
Mm.
the manager is very important. Then the past is not very important.
Yeah.
For my opinion, because there are these social platforms. Example,
Yeah.
for my opinion, okay, the manager is important, but don't like the past. In my
Yeah. It's
opinion.
like with all the platforms and all the scheduling with the bands and shit, if it wasn't for Hollywood, they're like she basically manages the Boneyard now, like straight up, does the organizing for us, right? Does the financing for us. We have merch here in the next week because of her, because she fucking cracked down on the budget. Here you go. This is what you
Yeah,
need, and it's so important now, like in that sense, for somebody that organizes between all the media, like it's almost
yeah, yeah.
overwhelming, right? Like,
Absolutely. The function of manager is okay, but
mm-hmm.
you know that in these years, in this moment, is depends the situation.
Yeah,
Depends.
definitely. Like, Matt, our last guest there that had to scoot out real quick. Independent artist does everything himself. Myself, independent in that sense, right? Where
Yeah,
you have the other guy that knows the tech side of it or whatever, and say your bass player fucking knows the tech side. Boom, I got this, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but yeah, absolutely, and depends. And but example, we are not Guns N' Roses or Aerosmith. And
yeah,
and
yeah,
we don't need of a manager or and
yeah. See, being independent. Well, I get emails from bands. We met through John Asher. That guy sends me 5 bands a day, and then I'm trying to work on top of it. It's like, holy fuck, how do I juggle this? You know what I mean? And then when
but
Hollywood stepped up to the plate, fuck, she threw strikes every time, but she's striking out like crushing this man. I
yeah,
wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. I was ready to give up. It was too much. Has there ever been a point with the music where you're just fuck it? I'm done. Throw your shit down, kick your brother's drum set over, and fucking leave the stage, right?
oh yeah. But for my opinion, the the most important things is that the band play uh, play very well, play very well on the stage, play
Yes.
very well on the stage for the people, for me, for my brother, for my band. That the most important, the point of view is this one. Okay. Then
Yeah.
there are another things, manager plus another things. Okay.
Even if you go to the studio, you got your sound guy there, you got the studio guy. Oh, play it like this. They got I've
Yeah,
heard
yeah, absolutely.
interviews with Van Halen where he's writing solos and they rewrite it for him, and then he's got,
Yeah,
how the fuck do I go from here to here? Right? Like it doesn't
yeah.
work, man.
The we are free. We are free
Mm,
for the decisions.
mm,
Example, I go on the studio. I play my guitar solo. I play
yeah,
my notes. I play my music. I play my song. There is not a manager that Pietro. You play
mm,
these notes. You play this field drum. You play this bass liner bass.
yeah,
Example. Because the most important things is the freedom. Is the freedom
mm,
that you play your music, your notes, your songs, your and you share your feelings, your emotions in your music when you you go on the studio, in the studio.
yeah. Well, that's the greatest
The
thing
freedom.
about music. It's the oldest probably language in the world is music. I've got in this conversation once before, and it was like we started to talk because we were fucking hitting sticks on sticks and making beats, making music and stuff. And that's where language came from. It was just another expression of music in that sense, right? Like it's so deep and so driven in most of us. It's always music. Whether you listen to country or you listen to dance or rap or hip hop or metal like us, I just find the metal community. You can go anywhere in the world and you see a Slayer
Yeah,
shirt. You're like, you buy
yeah,
him a beer or he buys you a beer, and now you're buddies. And the next thing you know, you're at the party, fucking, you're all good to
yeah,
go. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. The metal, you know that in the world the metal community is massive, is amazing, is
it's probably a billion strong. Out of 8
yeah,
billion people, I bet you a billion people are in our little group in that a little group in that sense because it's
yeah, yeah,
always isolated pockets of people, but when you add it up, bud, we're probably a billion strong. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely. And I think that the metal community has a freedom of expression of music. Probably
mhm,
is um, the last community, the true community, that has freedom of talks
yeah,
and share the music in the world.
yeah, it's like its own language in that sense. Whether you're
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
stage with other bands or you're in the crowd, no matter where you go in the world, bud, you get in that pit. It's the same rule. Like
yeah,
it's an organized chaos.
yeah,
You're buying this guy a beer. Oh, you're picking this guy up. Next thing you know, you're on top of the crowd, but yet you get picked up. Like it's such a sense of community, man.
yeah.
It's
It's
unreal.
it's natural. It's natural.
Mm. Primitive.
Is easy. It's
Mm.
yeah, and absolutely.
So, what are some of the local bands like? What's your local scene like? Is there any other like local bands you guys love to play with or have on on the stage with you, like that we should also be looking out and listening to and supporting, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But in Sardinia, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There are many local bands that are amazing, but that that I know. Uh, Many bands are very young than me, 10 years younger, and but there is a problem because this island
Mm.
don't have the infrastructure for the band, for the local band, because there are not local pub for the share
Mm.
the metal music, the rock music, or the blues music. Plus, there are another problems because my island um, there are not many flights for Italy, for Europe, and you have only 3 or 6 flight
Mhm.
connections for the
Yeah.
world, for the Europe,
Yeah.
and you know that for the local band is very difficult because you must have many money for travel from
Like,
Sardinia to Italy to Canada to Europe,
yeah.
and
Right.
is a little bit problem. But yes, there are many local bands that we share. We have shared the stage in these years, and I hope that uh, will be better for the future.
Yeah. Of course. Oh, we always
Yeah,
strive for that bigger crowd, that bigger stage, right? But
yeah. You know that
I can.
is difficult when uh, you go for the you go on the big stage, the step, the next
Yeah.
step when you are on the ground and you became a
Now you're
medium. Yes, yes,
yeah, because sometimes a lot of our festivals that we host, no offense to myself or the people that are involved, but we're not Wiccan, we're not fucking Burning Man and shit, right? Like we're not Edge Fest. Uh,
yeah,
Edge Fest doesn't even exist anymore, but or the Warp Tour and shit that doesn't even exist anymore. But you're way above the crowd and stuff, so but sometimes you got to play at that bar. There's only 30 people there, but
yeah, yeah. Some
the
yes,
30 people sometimes are better than 10,000 people because they're more involved. They're more watching you. They're more right there in your face screaming, play more, right? Like,
yeah, more. But I think that in my opinion, there is not difference because when you play for 20 people or
mhm,
10,000 people, you must have the professionality in your
mhm,
mind that you will play better for 20 people or for 10,000 people.
yeah,
And in my opinion, every band must have the mentality, the professional
yeah.
mentality for 20 people or 10,000 people. That
Excuse me.
you
Can I bum the smoke off you? Oh no, that's all good. I'll walk down after. I'm just live on the air, so I was like, ah. Oh no, no, you're all good. You're all good. I ran out of smokes. Fucking,
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
walk down to the after. I'm not in no rush. I am a smoker. I am working on quitting. I know it's terrible for you, right? But
Yeah, yeah, for
so
me.
it used to be the land of wine and cigarettes and eating bread and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, what do people think about smoking nowadays? Is it tattoo like it is here. People look at you like you're a fucking junkie, just because you smoke a
No,
cigarette,
no,
right?
no. I have many friends that are smokers or wine addicted or
Hmm.
whiskey addicted
Yeah.
or whiskey.
See, here we have our
Many.
weed is legal now, right? So, and now we have cream, we have drinks, we have tabs you can put on your mouth to get high if you want it in that sense. Like
Yeah, yeah.
nothing, but I'd rather see people smoke weed and shit and then do fucking Percocets and fucking opioids and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know,
you
but
guys are pretty liberal where you are though, like as far as all drugs go, no? Pretty liberal, pretty open, right? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. But me, I don't smoke.
yeah, that's that's
I
good
don't
though.
smoke,
That's good, man. Fuck.
and also my brother. But I have many friends musicians that are smokers or when addicted, and for me is okay. Is okay.
That's your
Is
choice,
natural.
but being an outsider, it's funny you say, "Oh, you're addicted," or they're addicted to wine or cigarettes or this or that. Which
Yeah, but
100% we are though. Like it's you
yeah.
know.
So you, my father, example, makes the wine. Example, because as a graveyard and the grapes and every year makes the red wine for the family, no? And share this wine uh, with my cousin, with my uncle, example, and my father
Mm,
likes so much the wine, and
yeah.
sometimes me and my brother drink drank this
A
wine.
bit of wine now
Example,
and again, you know.
sometimes,
Sometimes,
not
yeah, yeah.
not every day. Sometimes,
That's the international symbol too, man. That works anywhere in the world. You you can go to fucking Korea and be like, people know what you're talking about, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably the next song. I put the name of wine song. Probably I don't know honestly. In my opinion.
We'll track it down between Hollywood and I. We'll do some research, post it up,
Yeah.
make sure we let people know, right? So, like, how do I say? You guys have done some tours. You've been around a long time and stuff, right? What was the moment you stepped on stage and you were like, "This is what I want to do"? You know, because it's never your first or second or third time. You know, it's always
Yeah.
like 6 times deep. You know.
Uh, Probably 4 years ago. The big stage. You mean the step?
Yeah.
Is the step? Probably no. Sorry, 3 years ago because we played at the Rock the Castle in Villafranca in Verona,
Mm-hmm.
and there were Slash plus Sebastian Bach of Skid Row plus Richie Kotzen plus Dee Snyder of Titi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dee Snyder. I don't remember the name this moment, but you know.
Yeah.
And
Yo, I get it.
yes, probably the situation was okay. Now we are in this big stage, and we have a big opportunity for the step, for the next step, for a big step.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 3 years ago, yes, and because 5 years ago we were with Pain of Salvation. but
Yeah.
for my opinion, was the only the at the beginning of of this step, probably for my opinion at the beginning,
Yeah.
and
Right.
yes,
Hmm.
and after 2 years we were on the Rock the Castle at the Rock the Castle, and for us probably has been the big step probably, but we must work a lot now
Yeah.
for the new big steps, new stage. And
Mm.
in my opinion, my point of view is okay, guys. We have big tours, but the most important is the festival. My
Oh.
point of view, the summer festival, and my dream is that one day I can play at Wacken Open Air,
Oh.
Hellfest, or another Bloodstock, or another
Mm.
big festival.
I've been
Are my
the
dreams.
Chicago Open Air. I went a couple years back now. That was sick, dude. That was one of my best like road trips. We're going to Chicago, baby. The three of us hop in the car and off we went, you know.
Yeah,
Woodstock
yeah,
99. That was insane, man. That was a
yeah,
life changing experience for me, right? Like to to be a part of the even the just the music in general, but then the riots afterwards, and like if you weren't there, you didn't know why there was no water. Shit. Like it was $12 a bottle of water, Bob. Like we're
yeah,
thirsty as fuck. We're all dehydrated, high on fucking whatever we could take. You know, you fucked up. Burn
yeah,
the
yeah.
big baby. Right? Like,
Absolutely. And then I have another dream that
mm,
I can play at Prog Power USA.
mm,
Another dream with amazing band like Camelot, Fates
mm.
Warning, Queen's Reich, and
Right,
you know.
Storm.
But
Yeah.
in this
Not
moment
back to the
are dreams.
local band. Hopefully they're on the show with you.
Yeah,
Actually, Charlotte and them just got married, man. Big congratulations to them. She's the lead singer from FX May Vary. You know, fucking
yeah,
fantastic
yeah,
people. Uh, they came to Montreal. Well, she came to Montreal. Well, I told her we were going to Montreal. We ended up in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville, Quebec. Sorry, I always say Kentucky because I used to always stop there on my way back home, right? But I was like, oh yeah, we're going to Montreal. We drive through Montreal and keep going another hour and a half. They're like, where the fuck are we going, man? I'm like, Louisville, man. Don't worry about it, right? Pull up, park, and I get out, and the lead singer from Last Dance Amongst Wolves didn't recognize me, and I just rolled up TheBoneYard, woo, party time, right? He's looking at me like, what the fuck, right? So I bust in the door like I own this place. I got a few people with me, and nobody, I don't recognize a single person in the house. I'm like, where the fuck? I'm in the wrong house. Oh my God. And we're in Quebec. Everyone speaks French. Finally, my buddy Gabe comes out from the backyard through the sliding door. It's his house, right? He's like, oh, big hog booth. All of a sudden, everything was cool, right? But like, we were like 2 minutes from getting kicked out of this place. 100%.
yeah.
Right? Turned out good. We spent the whole weekend. We partied it up, right? Like what?
Yeah, absolutely. And
So, what's the craziest road trip you've ever been on? Kind of like that. You just winged it, you know? Let's go.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. You are right. Absolutely.
You gotta be on the road a bit, though. Like, I met people over the years. they've spent their whole time within the city or the town they lived
Yeah,
in, but
yeah.
yet they have an opinion on everything. It's like you've never been anywhere, bud. You know, like what?
But you know that the CD now is a difficult choice
Yeah.
because you know that there are digital platforms. You
Hmm.
you know, and honestly, I don't know that the, the physical CD example can be a good choice for the future.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, you can always say, gatherings and stuff, and wash your
Yeah,
hands.
yeah,
you, well, we've lived with it for how many hundreds or thousands of years, maybe millions of years. We've been kind of around in that sense. Like, there'll always be something, but on the same end, it's like, oh, where do you draw the line? Like, it's a hard
yeah.
decision to make, right? Like, you can say,
In
oh,
your
it's not the plague, it's not the Spanish flu, but yet we're more worldwide now than we were back then, man. Like, how easy is it to actually spread? And, and there's always questions. How many shots do you get? Fuck. You're right.
in your opinion, the physical CD will be
Mm.
good for the future or not? In your opinion?
In my opinion, personally, no, because I'm a traveler. I love to go and see and be firsthand, oof, like to see stuff, right? But I think overall, it's probably better because there's a lot of people that don't like to go out and don't
Mm,
travel. I've met so many people that never left their town, but yet they can use the digital age to experience those things. Watch like yourself on tour or me in Thailand. Ah, you know what I mean? And still kind of understand the world and how the world works, right? Like if
is another
you're only
yeah.
constantly stuck in your town and you only listen to people around you, but none of those people have been anywhere. None of you know shit. You know what like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand, and okay, it's difficult. It's difficult.
mhm.
But I agree with you. I agree with you absolutely. I agree.
Mhm.
I agree, and I don't know.
Like on top of that drive, and there'll always be people like myself that have to go somewhere. Like I said, I went to South Africa in the height of COVID. Then they found the Omicron virus. It was like,
Yeah,
well, I gotta get the fuck home, even though, I had to get tested before I left South Africa. I had to go through a health check, brand new thing at the airport.
yeah,
I'll pull you aside for another inspection. Well, I might as well just take it up the ass because I've been poked and prodded so many times. I haven't even gotten to Canada yet. You know what I mean? Like, where do you draw the line though? Like on
oh yeah,
people's rights in general, whether you want to be vaccinated or not, or take this pill, take that pill. It's no different than say drug use or drinking. Oh, it's your choice in that sense, and you should
yeah,
never be denied. But on the same end, the Black Plague was real shit, even though it was rats and fleas. But Spanish flu, we never found a cure. It just went away, bud. And it killed a lot of people, like, so, you know, you, the only thing I can suggest is get educated, right?
yeah,
Reading
yeah,
about this, start learning about biology and how viruses work and how plagues work because now we know the Black Plague was spread by the fucking fleas. It wasn't even a virus. It was a fucking bite off fleas that came from the rats. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. I
so,
understand. Yeah, um, and I agree. I agree
Mm,
with you with your words and yeah, totally, totally
yeah.
agree. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
No, like it's hard to argue with.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
Mm.
The smokers, like the wine, like the music,
Mm.
like the physical
Some
format,
people
like
choose.
the digital formats. Example, I know that many people that I don't like the physical format of music. I like only Spotify because Spotify has a big library of the
Yeah.
world for every band, for even Flow, for Iron Maiden, for Metallica, for it's a
Anybody and everybody can be heard. Even here on the Boneyard, we're gonna next time I actually get to go home because I actually live with Hollywood. She graciously rents me a room. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm fucking. Cause I'm home like I haven't been home in a month and a half now. I haven't been home, but when I do go, we have a Spotify list that
yes,
includes every band that's been on the show. Now, right now, I have to get home and seriously update it, dude, because there's like 100 more bands I gotta put on there. But
yeah.
I don't know how
Honestly,
much it helps, but it's that
honest,
effort is done. But when you come to Canada, bud, you come to the Boneyard, and when Hollywood and I come to Italy, we're coming to stay with you, my friend. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's
Example, honestly, in my car, I have only physical CDs.
mhm,
In my opinion,
right.
yeah, because uh, I must to help the underground, local underground, or
Mhm,
the band not very famous, and I buy the physical CD. Example, when I come back in my home after many hours of my work. Example,
yeah.
because I must to help the band because I know the sacrifice of the bands in the world, like even
Yeah.
Flow, like another many
You get
bands,
paid
and
purchase
I
out of
buy only
Sweden.
physical.
Um,
Absolutely,
fantastic other band that out of Sweden is Precious. They've been pumping
yes,
out the music and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
next time you're on, we'll try and have Simon on at the same time. And I always like to cross pollinate, introduce you to this guy or that guy, or welcome you to this music or that music. Better talk to this guy about that. You know, like and fuck it, I don't want no money. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
yeah,
want when I come to Italy, I have a free place to stay. I don't need money. You know, like I buy my food, I buy your wine. Like while I'm
yeah,
there, I don't mind cooking every night. I love to cook. So
yeah.
being from there, bud, you love to cook. Like what's your specialty dish that you make when you say get off the road or come home from work and you're like, and you make I want a delicious meal, bud. What are you making?
Well, yes, absolutely, because we must come back um, of the
Yeah,
origin, of the
yeah.
origin for the cooking, for the CD, uh, for
Mm,
everything, for everything. Come back for the origin, for because the past was good, was good,
yeah.
was good. Now is everything is very fast, is very um,
Nobody takes the hour to make a
yeah.
meal.
I don't know, but it's many things, many. I don't know. We have lost the passion. We have
Yeah.
lost the passion for uh,
Hmm. Just
for the
dinner and
things.
conversation,
Yes,
right?
yes,
The,
absolutely.
the,
For
the
the music,
meal
for the
itself, regardless what it is, It's the glass of wine and the people that you're sitting with, the conversations you have is no different than right now in that sense.
yeah,
Like it just goes, whether it's religion or music or politics, or maybe it's just,
yeah,
I fucking seen this craziest bug the other day. Here's a picture.
yeah,
What is it? You know, let's Google it, right? Like now you're playing
totally.
cards. Like, do you guys have card games? Like when you're just sitting around?
Yeah,
So,
for this,
yeah, go ahead.
for sorry, I don't
Card
listen.
games. We
Games.
play euchre. Euchre's a huge game here. Solitaire. Card games. While you're
Okay.
drinking after dinner. Shuffle cards. Play poker. Say
Yeah,
blackjack. Right?
yeah,
A card game.
yeah, absolutely. And I I love these things. For to share these things. This
Mm.
the origin of these things. I
Mm.
like. I like. And I don't have the the good answer for to explain everything. or or,
No, I
or
get
like
you. So, once again, where's the best spot to find your music? You guys have merch? You guys have CDs, vinyl,
yeah,
t-shirts?
yeah. But yes, we have everything. But you know that sometimes it's very difficult sell
Shit.
these sell these things, many
Yeah.
CDs, many t-shirts, because you must play uh, so much, and you know that
Mm.
after during the COVID, we don't play, and we don't have play, and now I hope that we can do many concerts. I hope for
Mm.
share our music and to sell our stuff,
Mm. Fucking weird.
merchandising, shirts, this.
If anything, the reason why I started this channel was for bands to have a free place to share their music.
Yeah,
No worries. I'm always worried about getting shut down because of copyright reasons. Like it's to play. Say you would give me a song and I put it in the intro for our cooking show because we do a Boneyard Cafe, and I cook
yeah,
meals from whether hungover fucking bagel, or we do mac and cheese, we do cornbread, we've done chicken fried chunks, fucking whatever,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But to be able to use your music in the background, because right now I'm using like yoga music because it's all
yeah.
free, you know,
Your
like
your words are right. Are right. Probably every band must discover the passion when
yeah.
was a child, when when started the music
Mhm.
for the freedom, for the but now it's different, because when you grow up after many years, you
Yeah.
think to share it. Yes, okay, your music, but there is another
A
stuff,
layer,
merchandising, sell,
yeah.
new CD, new EP, new concert, new T-shirt, new logo, uh,
Mhm.
new post for Facebook, for Instagram. Is It's different.
Oh,
Different.
here, we're on a third logo. You know what I mean? We have the original, we have a secondary, and then the one we went with this
Yeah,
year. We have our little tombstone down here. Another buddy made that. That's the logo, I guess. I give him a shout out. Fucking Brandon used to run the backstage for us. Awesome at it. you know,
yeah,
too bad
yeah,
we have other shit to do though. Like life moves on. Other people have stuff to do, right? But you always push on with that passion, that music,
yeah.
that
Obvi- obvi-
food. Like
Obviously, that every band after many years want to become like Metallica, like
oh yeah.
Iron Maiden, like Megadeth. I know,
Yeah,
I know.
Megadeth. That's one you don't hear much. Very underrated band. Fantastic fucking band, man.
Yeah,
right. One of my
but
faves.
yeah, absolutely. But yes, absolutely. But there is a reality that that the most important thing is don't lose the patience for the
Mm,
money. Okay,
yeah.
the 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 the, the, the first things, and
Eventually, though, but
after, yeah,
people don't realize sometimes when you sign that contract or say sign that label, they're like, you got to
yeah.
give us 3 albums in 2 years, motherfuckers. And you're going to be on the road for 360 days a year promoting those albums, right? Like,
Because when you sing for one label, you know that every 2 years you must release the new album,
yeah,
and the creativity, in my opinion, of the band
downhill.
is worst. It's worst
Yeah.
because you know that to create the new album, the new EP, you must
Um,
have many years, probably
yeah.
2 or 3 years,
Not to
even.
bring it up again, Metallica is a big example of that just because they
Yeah,
were one of the biggest. Their old school stuff was amazing. Oh, they got rich and famous, cut their hair off, and then they did black, and then load and beyond loaded and all that shit, right? But
yeah,
it was still pretty fucking good. Like, but the evolution of the band and then the way the industry molds, you sign that label, bud. You have obligations now. They gave you this money. Now you have to produce, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. Example, when the label send the advance 2,000 euros and you spend 20,000 euros,
mhm.
honestly, for the band is good or not?
Mm.
Probably, probably, I don't know. Because, example, the label has a distribution, world distribution in the world. Okay, in
Mhm.
USA, in Europe, in Est, and you know that the band when don't have the label is most difficult. But
Yeah.
the the questions is the label is good or not for the future will be.
Um,
I don't know.
it depends on the label in that sense. Like, I'm not saying like the old school industry is dead now. Like
Yeah.
MTV is gone. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like Empire Records used to be able to order $1 a CD from these people and shit, right? Like
Yeah, I know, I know,
it's
I know. But
almost it's almost an open it's almost open now for entrepreneurs like yourselves being an independent band, myself being an independent broadcaster,
yeah,
bringing you this music. It's up to us to rewrite the industry right now. Like we have broken free from that money and giving you drugs and hookers and cocaine, give us 6 albums in 3 years. In that sense, we're giving back the creativity back to the artist. and the artists are giving real conversations and real behind the scenes shit to me. Like, so that's we're rewriting how it works. You know what I mean? Like, we have a chance here to make our music heard more and be back. Maybe get radio play. Maybe they'll make a metal station. Like, I know they have
Yeah,
liquid metal, they have the satellite CD shit, but it's still, when I had the work truck, it had satellite radio. Put it on liquid metal.
yeah,
Same fucking
yeah,
song. No different than the fucking radio station that you get in your car. Every day I heard the same song 3 times a day. But this band or that band have 20 albums or even a full album. Why are you playing more and more of their songs in that sense? Juggle it up, man. I don't want to hear the same song 300 times in a fucking week. Like, it's
yeah,
over.
yeah. But in my opinion, I am of the old school, and
Yeah.
I want to share my music on the radio, on the
Mm,
broadcast like you, okay? Because
mm,
your work is incredible and is amazing for my band and for other bands in the world because you can spread my music, my band, and there is a good connections to meet a new people with
mhm.
me or another people. And my idea is old school, obviously, and
I look at it like a
I want.
beehive. We cross pollinate. We share information in that sense. Like, oh, you got a new song? Let me know. We'll post it up in the boneyard, right? You got
Yeah,
more to talk about?
thank you so.
Let me know. You got more
Oh,
music? You're
thank you
on
so much.
tour? Anytime, man. That's what I look at the boneyard kind of like a broadcast station. So if you have more shit to post, let us know. We'll post it up. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
you'll be ancient aliens like it is on Discovery and on this show and that show, but it's all music. It's all artists sharing our ideas, and
Thank you.
so
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
anything.
And yeah, I repeat, I am of all the school of all the stuff, and for me, the all the stuff are the best things.
Oh no,
Radio,
100%.
radio, or meet new people. Example. On the pub, go at the concert, underground concert, or a
Mm,
big festival, buy the physical CD, or spread the music like the past, like the past.
yeah,
Honestly, the digital is good, but is not very very good like the past, in my
yeah.
opinion.
No, no, I get what you're saying, man. It's so true though. Like, I know now that I'm getting to that age, I'm almost that old dude that's like, oh, the new generation doesn't know what they're doing, But yeah, to
The new
embrace,
generation, yeah, I know, but the new generation is different because
yeah,
has this liquid music, digital music for like
mm,
Spotify or Deezer or another social platforms. But the,
mm,
the new generation don't know the example when you open the new CD and inside there is a booklet.
you
You smell
read,
uh, you smell
oh,
the paper
mm,
of the booklet, okay? And the
we
new generation don't know this
I preach it
this
so much.
sensation when
The artwork, looking at the artwork with the title and then like you said, reading the lyrics written out, like you unfold this book or you open the vinyl and the information, the whole story of the album is there. Nobody
yeah,
listens to the albums no more.
yeah,
Radio killed that. You hear the single.
yeah,
I want.
yeah,
What
yeah.
is the album you put on and listen to start to finish every time you put it on? Right? Like it's never just a song; it's the whole album.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with you, and um, I the world is changed
Mm,
in another way, and I hope that these changes don't 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 worse so much. Don't
yeah,
in my opinion, because the way is not good for my opinion for the future.
yeah. Well, you always get those rich and famous. You fake it till you make it in that sense. And with the internet, you can really do that really quick. Poof, you know,
Yeah,
all of a sudden you get a billion fucking views, but you don't do fuck all for nobody. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, but yet you
abs-
have people like yourselves and chasing giants, fortunate losers, dead man's prophecy, late night trouble. I could go on and on and on these bands and these people that have worked so hard to just
yeah,
even sell their t-shirt, man. Just because they love music and they still make music to this day because they love it so much, right? Like
but
regardless.
you know that many bands use the every year not
Mm,
album but only one single or two single probably will be a good choice for the future because you know that when you release the album of the new album this album is very expensive for the band 10,000 euros for the production
mm,
for the promotion for everything okay
yeah.
but
Anything you do, like your
one new
studio,
single
you talk money.
yeah studio yeah
Fucking
absolutely
the people
and
that
one
do
single or
that.
two yeah and one single or two single every year you save the money but your brand exists for the people in the world
Mm, mm-hmm.
because every year you move your music machine and your brand is not died but is often in the webzine in the radio for one or two
Mm.
single every year or for
See,
one video or two video clip musical video clip
so much and so brings me to the metal scene is that all around the world, boof, they're loyal fans. You release a single, they're all over it, but you release an album, they're buying your merch. From what I've seen on both sides of what I see, the metal world is a community, man. It's a family.
yeah
Everywhere
yeah
else, they're competing and pushing each other down, right? But yet, us,
yeah
you climb that ladder, you reach back. Oh, hey, bud, I remember you. Come on up, push them on up. Now they're headlining for you just to fucking make them, and then they hand you back up. You know what I mean? And then now you're headlining for
yeah
like it's such a fucking family, man. Like no matter where you go in the world, you know.
yeah I absolutely absolutely and you
Oh, I'm with it.
you are yeah yeah the
Yeah,
same moment
yeah.
you are you are right. Example, during the COVID, we released the single, but was the COVID situation, three or
Hmm.
four single. I don't remember because the situation was terrible. But the the talks is the point of view is almost 3 years or 2 years released a full album, not single. But
Yeah.
probably in the future, I don't know. I can change my idea and will be better. One single for every year, and after 3 years, one
Full,
album.
full
Probably, I don't know.
album.
I don't
I'm on
know
the
because
fence. I have a single. I haven't even released it. I've just sent it to people. Right? Oh, here, check this out. Right? But
yeah,
next
absolutely.
year, the album. I 100% want the album to be done by September of next year for my birthday. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah, in September you born you
oh, go ahead.
you're
Give me one sec. I gotta check
yeah,
something.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
I'm in the band, right? So I wasn't digging the whole time, was it? I hope not. Yeah, sorry, man. I just had to check something. Coming, it's a nice hotel, safe. I did give them a review on the Google, right? But yeah, it's kind of sketchy at the same time, you know. What's the worst, sketchiest place you've ever been in? As far as like being on tour, you roll into the hotel, you're like, no, we're not staying here, but we'll sleep in the van at Walmart, you know.
And
Can you hear me cool? You hear me all right?
sorry, the voice, the robotic voice. I don't understand the common robotic voice.
Oh, so like, when you been on tour and then rolled into a place and been like, I'm not staying here? Like,
The worst thing on the tour.
yeah,
The worst.
yeah. So like the worst hotel you've ever been in.
Ah, I don't know honestly because I don't remember. I don't remember because I don't know honestly. I don't remember. I don't know.
I
I
hear you.
don't.
I hear you, man. But one last time, where do we find your stuff? I know the link's up above in the title already. Hollywood's hooked us up, but where do we buy your merch? Where do we find your music?
Yeah, we have the e-commerce on the our web store www.com.com/store,
Yeah,
and we have e-commerce when you can find the merch of the band, the physical CD plus another stuff, t-shirt or everything.
No, it's fantastic, man. I know it's up in the links. We'll call it a night. I know it's early morning for you, and then it's getting late
Yeah,
for me. I've got to be up early in the morning. I've still got like 4 more days of just fucking work. So,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. So, once again, man, it was an honor to have you on all the way from fucking Italy. Check these guys out. Links are up above. I'm pretty sure that Hollywood made sure the links were below. Play it loud, play it proud, baby. And I don't know when the next show is. Hollywood will tell me tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys then, man. Fucking once again, play it loud, play it proud, baby.
Thank you so much.